In today's video, we are talking about the malignant narcissist and sociopath and the top 7 most common narratives and lies they use to smear their target. Because these people will always utilize a smear campaign against someone they have in their crosshairs. These people are some of the most deceptive, manipulative, pathological, lying, and vindictive people you could ever know. And if they feel threatened by you, or if they are jealous of you or envious of you, you need to brace yourself, because the likelihood that a very nasty, horrific, and damaging smear campaign is headed your way is incredibly high. Also, there is a 100% chance that you will be severely smeared by this person if they know or believe you are onto them, meaning you have figured them out. This can be a devastating time for the victim, because these people will stop at nothing to try and destroy this person's life, reputation, and anyone this person loves. And today I'm going to tell you the top 7 most common lies and falsehoods these people will say about you in order to turn people against you. But first, if you are new to my channel, I'd like to take a moment and welcome you and invite you to please subscribe and be sure and hit that notification bell, because I put out new videos every week. Also, if you are interested in private one-on-one narcissistic abuse recovery coaching with me, please visit my website. It's linked in the description below. Okay, so today we're talking about the most common lies that a malignant narcissist or sociopath will utilize in the smear campaign against whoever they feel threatened by or jealous of. So let's dive right in. Number 1, they will lie that you are involved in some type of criminal behavior. Most times these supposed crimes you are guilty of committing will put the sociopath directly into the victim role of said crime. So for example, my father's widow is a full-blown sociopath, in my opinion, and she ran around for years stating that I had threatened to unalive her and how deranged and dangerous I was. She said this to literally anyone that would listen, including my father and my own child. But they will lie about all kinds of phony criminal activities that they claim you committed, including theft, assault, drug trafficking, stalking, harassment, battery, you name it. Nothing is off limits to these people, and the more people they get to actually believe the garbage that is pouring out of their mouths, the happier they are. And this includes, wait for it, the police and court professionals. Many times these people will go as far as involving the police in their absurd lies and manipulations. They also have no problems with manufacturing evidence. Like I said, nothing is off limits when they get their sights on trying to destroy someone's life. Next, malignant narcissists and sociopaths smear their victims with claims of social deviance or moral corruption. So in this scenario, the sociopath will exaggerate or completely fabricate incidents that suggest the target engages in socially unacceptable behaviors. For example, they may say their target is guilty of deviant behaviors like sexual abuse, pathological lying, cheating, or exploiting other people for personal gain. Most of these allegations are actual projections of what the sociopath themselves are guilty of doing. That's one of the many reasons they sound so convincing, because they are actually doing these things. So beware, because what they claim you are guilty of may be exactly what they themselves are doing to you or thinking about doing to you. Going back to my father's wife's smear campaign against me, stating that I was threatening and trying to unalive her, I find that specific lie extremely telling about what she may have been thinking about, or God forbid, planning to do to me. Really quite frightening when you think about it. Another extremely common smear campaign narrative that sociopaths will use against their target is wild claims that the target is emotionally unstable, crazy, or mentally ill. Again, usually an actual projection of who and what the sociopath is that they try and hurl onto the identity of their victim. These people know if they can get other people to actually believe you're crazy, then they aren't going to believe anything that you're saying about them. Labeling their victim as mentally unwell is also a brilliant strategy to keep everyone's focus on the victim and off of them and their behavior. So it's a very good diversion tactic as well. Number 4, the sociopath will tell people that you are a serial cheater or extremely promiscuous. Now the narrative becomes about what a whore or a slut you are and how damaged you must be to be throwing your body around to anyone who might be interested, and how cruel and that is to do to your family or your ex-spouse or your children. Sociopaths will use anything that most normal civilized people would find demoralizing. Anything to make them think that the target is lacking in integrity, dignity, and morality. They target the victim's character, lying about these things in order to ruin the target's reputation and make them look as though they are certainly not someone anyone would want to be associated with. Part of their objective is to isolate their target from anyone that is in the sociopath's immediate social circle, robbing the victim also from any support system. Next, this is always going to be a part of the smear campaign if you have children, which is that they are going to say that you are an abusive or grossly neglectful parent. So these people will really go for the jugular. Like I said, nothing is sacred or off limits to these people. Just when you think they couldn't go any lower, they do. So now you're a child abuser and not fit to parent your own children. If the sociopath is someone you are trying to divorce or the other parent of your children that you are trying to leave, they will attempt and many times succeed at alienating your own children from you. Meaning they will try to make your own children believe horrible things about you in order for them to publicly reject you. This is the ultimate high for sociopaths, getting your children to falsely believe they are victims of abuse that never happened, teaching them that their parent who loves them is dangerous and to be feared is full-blown child psychological abuse. However, the sociopath just doesn't care. The end justifies the mean to these people, and if they have to abuse, exploit, and traumatize the children in order to win their objective, now that's just fine with them. My father's wife did this to my son for years, and for a while, I do believe he might have actually contemplated whether it was true or not. So again, don't think these types of people won't come after your kids, because they absolutely will. Next, sociopaths will usually communicate that you are incompetent, completely irresponsible, selfish, and unreliable. Again, the exact qualities that these people are guilty of will be used to smear you and make people question if you are who they thought you were. And portraying you as a selfish, stupid, and reckless is a great way of doing that. Typically, they will take something that you did and manipulate and inflate it into something horrific that did not happen. However, there will be just enough truth in it that people actually believe the rewritten version the sociopath is cramming down their throat. Please, everyone, remember, anytime you hear something negative, cruel, and humiliating about someone else, always take a long, hard look at the life of the person supplying this information to you, because you make a judgment on whether or not you are receiving this information from a credible source. Because the truth is, genuinely good people generally don't go around saying humiliating and derogatory things about other people. So always consider the source before jumping on the bandwagon. Look to see if this person could possibly have an ulterior motive. And finally, Many times the sociopath will try to tell other people that you are a substance abuser, a full-blown addict, or a serial junkie. Again, usually a projection of what they themselves are guilty of doing. However, they know that by saying something like this, it will deflect everyone's focus off of their behaviors and onto yours. Narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths are brilliant at deflection, diverting attention onto anyone or anything that keeps the attention and focus off of their behavior. And labeling you as an addict or alcoholic is a great diversion tactic. It immediately devalues your character, and it's a great tool to keep you isolated. And it likely will serve to negate anything you might say about the sociopath. So what are some things we can do to help ourselves if we are at the receiving end of a sociopath's smear campaign? First, and I realize this is easier said than done, however, you must keep yourself calm. You do not want to react with any negative emotion or confront this situation in an aggressive way. This is critical, and usually the lies that the sociopath is spreading about us are so offensive and disgusting that it will provoke our anger. But the sociopath has already planned for that. And trust me when I tell you, they are counting on you reacting with aggressive and angry behavior. And that behavior will only serve to support the claims they made about you in their smear campaign. So please learn from my mistakes and practice until you master responding, not reacting. Because if you react with anger, hatred, or aggression, it will only be used against you. So number one, do not react. Remember, just because they say it doesn't make it true. I would tell people in a very calm manner that this is a reflection of this person's true character and that they obviously have some type of contempt for you that you do not understand. And it's unfortunate that they have chosen to lie about you in order to try and manipulate other people. And that's only if you choose to address this situation at all. Keep your head held high. Carry yourself with confidence and integrity, and move on with your life and keep all your behaviors above board. The sociopath will not be expecting that, and many times after a while, the sociopath will lose interest in smearing you, or sometimes they start to anger and spiral because their plan isn't working. And remember, anyone who actually believes the smear campaign against you usually isn't someone that you need in your life anyway. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on my other social media platforms. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone.